the world we live in, man.
Listen, I want to ask you one last thing because I know you're busy. What can we do, as not only as white people, as people in general? How can we create a world where where everyone can feel like they belong and they're safe in their communities and they can have the same kind of opportunities in life?
Man, so I've mulled over this question for years now, and it's crazy. I'm not a very emotional person, right? But when George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, when you kept seeing on the news every day, death after death after death after death, and they're just being thrown in our face, and man, like that shit was real depressing for me. And like I had a rough month, man, a bad month, and I'm not a crier, but I cried multiple times through this whole process, just trying to figure out what we do next, because I've been fighting this fight for a long time. And I'm at a point where I'm like, do we just take our resources and go back to Ghana? Do we go to Thailand to start spending money and building businesses there? Do we go somewhere where they want us to be there investing and building? But if we do that, I'm a big fan of James Baldwin, right? James Baldwin, a brilliant writer. If you get a chance, read some of his stuff. Great documentary called "I Am Not Your Negro" that you can check out.
Yeah.
But he had escaped to France. He was living a great life. This during the '60s, during the height of the civil rights struggle, the first civil rights struggle. He lived in France, was doing amazing, was loved, wasn't segregated against, didn't have to ride on the back of the bus, didn't get looked at, didn't get called nigga, was living a good life. And he sat and he watched as Martin, Malcolm, and the others struggled in America for some semblance of equality. And he went back and he spent the rest of his years in America, documenting and writing about the struggle and being an integral part of the civil rights movement. So I feel like people like me that have the resources to leave and have the education to fight the system, to get involved, to change things. If we all leave, then it's going to leave the people that don't have those resources here to just catch the brunt of it. And I don't want to be a coward, So I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. But, it's hard when you look at this political field this year. And I believe strongly in voting. I'm like, so do I vote for this racist or this racist? Like,
yeah.
What do I do? So I refuse to vote for either. I'm voting third party. Because as long as Democrats keep doing this to us, as long as they say, okay, we're not going to give you who you want, we're going to put this establishment candidate in, but you got to vote for him because Trump's so bad, because Bush is so bad, because they always have you have to do this because of this. And we never get anything. They never listen to our demands. We're not organized, so we don't make them earn our vote. So that's my goal right now, is to get us organized and to demand that these leaders, these politicians, if they want to get because listen, if Biden wins or loses this year, it will be because of black people. That'll be the difference, right?
Yeah.
If we decide we're not voting for you, he doesn't win, right?
Yeah.
So that power, they shouldn't just expect to get that vote.
Right.
We should get something out of that,
I feel like their whole campaign is get Trump out of office.
Yeah, no, it's not help us. It's not do anything. It's not make the world a better place.
Yeah.
What's crazy to me? I'm a Second Amendment guy. I live in the South, so I believe fully in my gun rights.
I got it here too. I got it. I love
exactly.
Black Rifle.
Guns and coffee. That's those are the things that keep me alive, right? But so they're telling us that the white supremacist terrorist is one of the biggest threats in America. This is the Department of Homeland Security, FBI. They've labeled white supremacist threat as one of the major threats in America. But in the same breath, he's got some of the most horrible gun legislation as part of his platform. So you're telling me that these guys that are not going to get rid of their guns are the biggest threat in America, but you want to disarm me, and I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
You don't want me to protect myself. I can't vote for you. Can't vote for that guy.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's just insane to me, man.
It's crazy.
There's so much to talk about because there's so many issues, and I could go on forever just about what direction I think we should go. But I think the biggest thing, you asked me before, you said, what can white people do?
Yeah,
right?
what can white people do, and
So
specifically?
the first thing is listen, make some black, listen, I know white people that don't have any black friends. Like, oh, no, make a real black friend. And then stop talking. Just listen. Just listen to what the problems they have. Listen to their perspective, right? Then you'll get a better understanding of what needs to be done. And then when it's time to march with them. Don't try to jump in front of them and take the movement from them. March with them. Be there with them, right? When they say, okay, this legislator is bad for us. This one is going to help us pass this legislator. Vote for that legislator, right? But, we won't get the help we need until we get organized. So that's where it's got to start, really. But beyond that, I mean, just listen. Just understand. Do a little research on the history of racism in America, how we've gotten to this point, and then make a black friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, make a black friend and listen to what that black friend has to say.
That should be a campaign for running president. Make a black friend.
Make a black friend. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy how much that would solve. But the problem is we're so stuck in our bubble. And that's what I love about martial arts, is if you walk in my gym, it is a rainbow coalition. You will see Asian people, black people, white people, Jews, Muslim, Buddhists, Christians, everybody, all rolling, all getting along. We go out to eat, and it is the weirdest, table in a restaurant. Because you go in any restaurant, there's white dudes over here, the Asian family over here, black. We are a segregated society. And what I love about what we do here is it brings people from the most impoverished backgrounds to the wealthiest backgrounds to highly educated and no education, and brings us all together and puts us in a room, and we all do something we love. This one thing brought us together and makes us disregard all these biases we have, all these issues we have, and allows us to communicate and become friends with people that may not have the same perspective as us. So it allows us to grow.
Yeah.
True growth happens through these friendships and these relationships, man. Without that, we can't grow. And that's why I tell everybody, you need to travel, right? If you've never been out of the continental United States, then you're an idiot. And I don't say that to be mean, because some of us can't afford to be out, but you don't grow until you start seeing other cultures. You start seeing that it's different over here. They do it differently over here. What they told us about this place is a complete lie. These people aren't that big of assholes. These people are that big of assholes. Yeah. Like you're gonna go see the world, man. Understand that there are different perspectives, and that we can all grow from understanding those perspectives.